Welcome back to Cedar Cove Farm. It is week 3 with the meat chickens. So heading out there, doing the daily chores. Gonna try and show you what I start to look for in week 3, because now we're getting to the point where maybe they can look towards moving outside. So let's get in here. Close the door before Tucker gets in, because he just wants to scare him. But I'm gonna walk around here and give you a shot of the chickens. So maybe kind of hard to see, but what I'm looking for now that we're into week 3, is how are they feathering out? So chickens, they start with just fuzz for feathers. As they get older, they start to feather out, develop those adult feathers. So coming in here with them, you can potentially see on their wing feathers. So the wing feathers will develop first. They'll get those feathers first. So these are brown chickens. Ooh, the lighting is bad. Let me back up. These will be brown chickens when they're fully feathered out. So if let me see if I can catch one. They're kind of coming up towards me. All right, so I've caught a chicken. So you can see here, his adult feathers are starting on his wings. He's still got fluff. His tail feathers are also starting to come in. I'm gonna put him down so he's happy. What I'm looking for is them to get the majority of their adult feathers in. That's what's gonna keep them warm, so that they can go outside. They won't need these anymore. Also, being the start of week 3, I'm going to raise those heaters up some more. They don't need as much heat. They shouldn't really be under them much at all anymore. So I'm gonna get those raised up. Looking over here, in the last video, I added the waterer. It's probably half empty. That's a good sign. That means they're drinking that water. You can see I thought I'd catch one actually getting a drink, but I didn't. They're curious. They're pecking at it. They're getting water from there, which is good. So that means they make less of a mess, because what they do with traditional water, you can see there's hay in it. It gets really dirty. It gets pretty nasty. So today, raise up the plate heaters. Refill the water, refill the food, and then continue to watch this week. What we're going to look for is them feathering out. Usually it's around week 4 that you can start to feather them out. Not feather them out, move them outside, because they'll be feathered out. So come along, follow with me this week as I continue to try and show you what we're looking at and watch them grow. We are at the end of week 3. I got a cricket on my leg. So going out to get the chickens fed for the afternoon. Let me get out of the darkness here. So like I said, we're at the end of week 3. So haven't been much for videos this week, but The chickens, they're getting big. If you remember in my earlier video, I said you got to put a lid on the waterer. That's why. You can see there were 2 chickens hanging out on top there. But what I'm looking at now, let's see if I can catch a chicken and kind of show you guys. So I've got this chicken here. You can see it's getting the brown, dark brown feathers coming in on its chest, coming in on its wings. Its wings are pretty well fully feathered out. Its back, you can see up around its head, it's still got some of those baby feathers. Up on the belly, still little baby feathers, but it's really coming in, getting pretty fully grown. You know, if we look across all the chickens here, they're all getting pretty well feathered out. They're not spending much time down here underneath the heater, so they're about ready to move outside. Now, as I look at the forecast for the next week, they're not ready. They'd probably be ready in about 3 days. As I look at the forecast, and what you want to do if you're getting ready to move your chickens outside is look at your forecast and see what the weather looks like. So I think they'd be ready Friday, probably Saturday's the easiest day to move them, right? Because not working, but it's gonna rain Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it's gonna be cold. You don't want to move. Let me move back here a little to stop making the chickens so angry. You don't want to move your chickens outside right when it's about to rain, be wet, be nasty, be cold. They're going to be transitioning for the first time out of this barn into the outside weather. I don't have to move them out. They can stay in here for 2 more days. So what I'll look at is probably Monday, moving these chickens outside. They'll be fully feathered for sure by now. The heaters, they won't really need those. I'm going to actually just raise them all the way up. Just in case we get a cold night on those rainy nights, but they should be good to go. So we're getting there. You'll see in next week's video. I can almost guarantee we'll be moving the chicks outside, splitting them up. So as I said earlier, there's about 58 chickens in this one tractor. Call this a chicken tractor. That's fine for the size they are now. As they get bigger, the tractor's made for 25 chickens as they get bigger. So once they move outside, I will have 2 chicken tractors. They'll be in the same area right next to each other, and actually during the day, they'll be able to go outside of their chicken tractor, and I'll kind of explain that when we get to that part of the video. But for now, end of week 3, they're getting bigger. You can see them, they're eating lots of food. If I go out here, so food count, end of week 3, we are through 5 full bags, and then once I feed out today, we'll probably be at close to 6 bags, probably 5 3/4 bags of feed put in. You might have seen on the ground there's a bit of waste with these chicks. They do knock a lot of seed out. It does get wasted. That's part of the problem. Not a problem, it's just part of having chicks. They're not going to eat everything, but if we're at 5 3/4 bags, that would be 200, about 240 pounds of feed so far across 58 chickens. We haven't lost any more, so they're still looking good. But that's really all there is for week 3. Keep watching them. If you're in a warmer climate, if it's the summer, these chicks would be ready to go outside. There'd be no need to keep them inside, just because it's going to be rainy, wet. It's going to get down into the 50s, maybe even potentially in the 40s. I'm going to keep them inside one more week just because I can. So that's really all I got for the meat chickens. While I'm here, I'll bring you guys over. We did see if I can find it. You can maybe see, if I can't see, I'll try and go in. Our egg hens joined the party and decided they should hatch out a chick. So there's one random chick hanging out with the egg chickens. I'm gonna just let that mother take care of that chick. In a couple weeks, if it's bigger, big enough, I'll just throw it in with these meat birds. But if I throw it in with them right now, it's likely not going to survive, just because there's such a difference in the size and it'll get bullied. But for now, the hen's taking care of it. She is really defensive if anyone comes up near it, so that's a good mother hen there. But that's all I got for this week. Make sure you come back, check out next week. Hopefully we'll be moving these chicks outside, and I'll kind of talk you through how we run that process. So thanks for coming out to Cedar Cove Farm. I will catch you guys later.